The country music titan Blake Shelton, who was born in Oklahoma, has been a mainstay of the genre for a very long time. He has had a career that has spanned over 20 years. He has had 28 singles that have reached #1, and his demeanor combines a quick wit with a rough appeal. Known for his classic country roots, emotional ballads, and high-energy choruses, Shelton has established a legacy that resonates with listeners not only in the southern United States, but also in other parts of the country. On the other hand, his most recent piece is a daring and unanticipated shift, revealing a facet of the artist that very few people could have anticipated about him. The purpose of this 1,000-word investigation is to look into the specifics of Shelton's most recent venture, particularly its deviation from his previous work and the consequences it has for his career as well as the entertainment industry as a whole. A heritage that is embedded in county. It is necessary to gain a better understanding of Shelton's career in order to comprehend the relevance of his most recent effort. Shelton has been a powerful force in the country music industry ever since his debut single, Austin, became the #1 song on the Billboard Hot Country Songs list in the year 2001. His reputation for fusing classic country music with contemporary sensibilities was solidified by albums such as Red River Blue, 2011, Based on a True Story, 2013, and Texoma Shore, 2017. His music frequently delves into topics such as love, heartbreak, life in a small town, and good old-fashioned fun, and he does so with a voice that is equal parts grit and warmth. Beyond the realm of music, Shelton's position as a coach on NBC's The Voice for a total of 23 seasons, 2011 to 2023, broadened his following and introduced him to a more extensive group of people. As a result of his banter, comedy, and mentoring approach, he became a fan favorite. Additionally, his marriage to pop singer Gwen Stefani in 2021 further blurred the barriers between country music and mainstream pop culture. Nevertheless, Shelton's artistic output has remained firmly rooted in country music up until this point, despite the crossovers that have occurred. An innovative step forward in the new project. The announcement of Shelton's most recent project, which was a multimedia concept album and accompanying short film named Neon Shadows, was made at the beginning of the year 2025. Neon Shadows is a study of speculative fiction that is unlike anything else in his repertoire. It utilizes aspects of country music, electronica, and cinematic soundscapes to create a unique and innovative atmosphere. The project depicts the story of a dystopian future in which a lone traveler navigates a neon-lit wasteland, contending with themes of solitude, redemption, and the search for meaning the entire time. In comparison to the beer-soaked anthems and love ballads that characterized his earlier work, this is a very different sound. Only 8 tracks are included on the album, which was made in partnership with experimental electronic artist Tycho and composer Hans Zimmer, who was nominated for an Academy Award. This is a striking contrast to the song patterns of his prior albums, which ranged from 12 to 15 tracks. Shelton's trademark baritone is layered over throbbing synths, ambient noises, and minimalist acoustic guitar in each tune, creating a sonic experience that is unique to each track. Shelton's raw vocal delivery is juxtaposed with a minimalist electronic beat on the first single, Wasteland Prayer, which is a melancholy ballad. This combination evokes analogies to Johnny Cash's later work with Rick Rubin. As a visual companion to the album, the short film, which is 30 minutes long and was directed by the visionary filmmaker Denis Villeneuve, is offered. Shelton plays the role of the Wanderer, a grizzled figure who continues to be plagued by his past, and the film is shot in the deserts of New Mexico. The oral palette of the record is an exact reflection of the film's visual, which is grungy yet futuristic, and has vibrant neon hues. Particularly noteworthy is the fact that Shelton's acting debut has garnered accolades for its subtle passion, which is a change from his larger-than-life presence at The Voice. How come we are leaving? Eyebrows have been raised as a result of Shelton's decision to pursue such an ambitious and genre-defying project. Interviews have revealed that he has expressed a desire to push the boundaries of his artistic abilities. In an interview with Rolling Stone, he is quoted as saying, "I've been making country. It is impossible to deny the impact that Gwen Stefani has had. Shelton has been exposed to different creative possibilities as a result of her varied career, which includes ska-punk musical performances with No Doubt, mainstream music, and experimental solo work. "Gwen is fearless," Shelton is quoted as saying in an interview with Billboard. "The fact that she has never been scared to do something out of the ordinary has left an impression on me." Their home studio in Los Angeles, which they used for collaboration, eventually became a center for Neon Shadows, and Stefani contributed backup vocals to one of the tracks. Not only that, but Shelton's retirement from The Voice in 2023 provided him with the opportunity to pursue this project, while also allowing him the freedom to be creative. When he was free from the demanding schedule of filmmaking and traveling, he immersed himself in the world of science fiction literature, citing works such as Dune and Blade Runner as examples of his inspiration. This intellectual interest, in conjunction with his cooperation with Tycho and Zimmer, encouraged him to venture into area that had not been explored before, putting the sound in perspective. There is a departure in sound with Neon Shadows, which breaks the norms that are associated with country music. The first track on the album is titled Flicker in the Void, and it is an instrumental track that lasts for 6 minutes. It is characterized by droning synths and a faint steel guitar, which allude to Shelton's beginnings. Some of the songs on the album, such as Chrome Heart and Starless Road, have trip-hop rhythms and distorted vocal effects. Wasteland Prayer and Last Signal, on the other hand, rely on Shelton's narrative abilities, with lyrics that are poetic and introspective. The production is extremely thorough, and the cinematic embellishments that Zimmer adds to the overall gravitas. In the song Echoes of Dust, for instance, there is a growing string part that builds up to a glitchy electronic breakdown, a moment that sounds more like Radiohead than Randy Travis. Still, Shelton's voice continues to serve as the anchor, providing the experimental components with a foundation of unfiltered emotion, risks, and the reception of. The idea has been met with opposition from both supporters and detractors. An early review from Pitchfork referred to it as a brave, if uneven, reinvention. Other reviewers have praised its ambitious nature. Fans of traditional country music, on the other hand, have shown less enthusiasm for the album, with several posts referring to it as Blake's midlife crisis album. Shelton is aware of the possibility that his primary fans will get disinterested in his departure from this radio-friendly country genre. What he said to Variety was, "I am aware that this is not for everyone. On the other hand, I had to do it for myself." When it comes to business, Neon Shadows is met with obstacles. It's possible that country radio, which has been a significant factor in Shelton's popularity, won't accept its unorthodox sound. On the other hand, the project's multimedia strategy, which makes use of streaming platforms and film festivals, is aimed at a younger and more diversified audience. Screenings of the short film are scheduled to take place at Sundance in 2026, which has already generated a lot of buzz. Repercussions on Shelton's professional life. Shelton is portrayed in Neon Shadows as an artist who is prepared to take risks, which is a move that has the potential to reposition his legacy. In the event that it is successful, it may motivate other country performers to experiment beyond the confines of their genre, similar to what Chris Stapleton and Casey Musgraves have done and accomplished. In the opposite direction, a commercial failure may force Shelton to return to more conventional and secure turf. Shelton's public persona is also going to undergo a change as a result of this undertaking. Although he was once known as the friendly everyman, he is now adopting a more mysterious and artistic identity. His choice to star in the movie and to limit his appearances for promotional purposes contributes to the mystique surrounding him, putting him in the same category as artists like Beyoncé who let their work to speak for itself. In a more general context, Shelton's change of direction is reflective of bigger developments in music, which are characterized by the blurring of genre distinctions. Post Malone and Morgan Wallen are two examples of artists who have successfully combined elements of country music with hip-hop and pop music. Taylor Swift's transition from country music to indie folk music exemplifies the power of reinvention. This conversation is brought to Shelton's attention by Neon Shadows, which demonstrates that even an experienced artist may develop. In addition, the apocalyptic themes of the project resonate in a world that is struggling with uncertainty on multiple fronts, including climate change, technological upheaval, and social conflict. Through the exploration of these topics, Shelton is able to connect into a societal zeitgeist, thereby elevating Neon Shadows beyond the realm of merely being a musical experiment. Final thoughts. The album Neon Shadows by Blake Shelton is an audacious step into the unknown, making use of synths and science fiction in place of pickup trucks and barstools. It demonstrates an artist who is not afraid to challenge himself, despite the fact that it may cause his regular fans to become disinterested. This project demonstrates that Shelton's creative fire is still burning brightly, regardless of whether it is a one-time experiment or the beginning of a new chapter on his life. While the wanderer in his film makes his way across a neon wasteland, Shelton himself is exploring uncharted territory, and the entire world is attentively watching to see where this route ultimately goes.